Hello, welcome back to the Fish Locker out on the boat. Out on a not so glorious day on the boat. Yeah, bit of overcast today, ain't it? We have got some very heavy rain coming about 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm out early, so hopefully we'll get our session in before the rain comes on. Today I'm going to be targeting wrasse. Now, love them or hate them, I really like them. No two the same. They scrap really hard and they're really accommodating. Quite a lot of people's first sea caught fish is a wrasse. Fishing from the shore, fishing from the boat, inshore, they're great to catch. Now, there's 5 species down here in Cornwall. Ballan Wrasse being the biggest. If you caught something that's over like 2.5 pounds, generally it's going to be a Ballan Wrasse. If it's one of the other species, it's a monster. Ballan Wrasse go all the way from little tiny ones up to like 7, 8. So I think the record's like 9 pounds. That would be an absolute donkey. Cuckoo wrasse. Now they are stunning. Some of the best looking fish I think in the UK. Hopefully we'll be able to find a couple of them today. Those are the 2 bigger ones. The other ones are generally considered more of like a mini species. Corkwing wrasse, Goldsinney Wrasse, rock cook wrasse, even like I think it's called a ray scaled. Never seen one before, but yeah, generally 5 species. And they like it rough. They like it in the rocky stuff. They like it in the kelp, in the weed, in the rocks. The smaller species generally closer to shore. The biggest ballans, you can catch ballans out on the wrecks, but usually you're fishing in less than 20 metres of water, right tight up at the coast, or in amongst the kelp. I'll show you the rigs as I do it. Bait's very simple today. I'm just going to be using ragworm. Great baits for things like wrasse, ragworm, lugworm, small hardback crabs, shrimps, prawns, any types of little crustaceans, because that's what they eat. They live in amongst the rocks and the kelp, eating like limpets and crabs and all the little invertebrates and that. Yeah, so let's go. I've got myself out to an area of rough ground. I'll show you with my electronics how I found it rough ground, but if you haven't got any electronics, or if you're unsure, one of the telltale ways that you can find rough ground is look for the crab pots. And there are crab pot enders all over the place. Crab pots generally are shot on rough ground, but looking here, if you can see how the seabed's all really, this is rock, that's rough rock, and the little tiny bits above it, that's all going to be seaweed. So yeah, really rough, 13 metres, that'll do. The tackle I'm going to be using today, I've got 2 spinning setups, just keep it really light. The first one being a 40 gram, this is an Abu Veritas and a Clash 2 4000 with 25 pound braid on it. That's going to be fishing for the bigger wrasse in the heavier spots, because you really do have to set the hook hard and you need to be able to manoeuvre them out of the way sharp, because they'll try and find a snag. So having too light a rod when you're fishing in here, you're going to lose fish and you'll lose a lot of gear. Gear losses are going to be inevitable because you're fishing right in the rough stuff. So your rigs just want to be strong, they want to be simple, and they want to have sharp hooks, sharp with a P, sharp hooks. Now I've just knocked up a very simple 2-hook flapper rig here with a 30 pound mono. The bigger wrasse, the Ballan Wrasse, you don't have to be too worried about finesse. That's it. That's how simple it is. A short hook link on the top, longer one on the bottom, a loop for a lead, a loop to put it on my swivel, and these are size 1 Chinook hooks. And I've found that if I put a little bead on like that, it stops them from taking the hook down too deep. Every now and again you might get one, but that generally helps. And all I do is I knock up a couple of 3 or 4 sets of the rigs, because like I say, you are going to lose some, all the way from being big and small, and I bring a little pot of leads. Everything from being ½ an ounce all the way up to 3 ounce. Deeper water, faster tide, that type of thing. I'll knock a rig up real quick and I'll show you baiting up. Don't they look delicious? All I'm using is just ragworm. Now these are left over from a session that I had yesterday. Now some of them are past the best. Wrasse don't really care. That's why they're great to fish for. And all I'm going to do is, there you can see I've connected my rig up, swivel onto my leader with a lead on the bottom, and all you do is you take one of your, I think them seagulls can see these ragworms, take one of your ragworm and just slide it up the hook. That's it. Do that on both hooks, then we're ready to go. Drag. Quite a tight drag. Just because the wrasse, they live down in amongst the snaggies caves. As soon as they feel the hook, they'll run for home. So you need to be able to keep them out of them caves. When you've hooked one, when you've got it 2 feet off the bottom, you can take your time with it. You can have some fun. Don't wind them in as fast as you can, because all that'll happen there is they'll blow the swim bladder. Whoa. I think it's had all my bait away now. Yep. Clean as a whistle. Let's get rebaited. I'm currently drifting that way over a piece of reef. You've got to stay in good contact with the bottom, because that's where the fish are. But at the same time, you don't you don't want to be too far in the bottom, because you'll snag up and lose all your gear. I was hoping to explain this later on in the video, but the first fish I caught gives me a chance to explain it. This is a cuckoo wrasse. The males are one colour, the females are another colour. Now these wrasse are incredible in the fact that they can change sex. Now in a territory there will be one male and ever so many different females in like a harem. If anything happens to that male, the largest of those females can turn into a male. This one is half male, half female. It has the head end of a male and the tail end of a female. I will hopefully, if I can catch some other ones, I will be able to compare the pictures here. But that is one that is half male, half female, and it's a cuckoo wrasse. Incredible, aren't they? See what I mean about the bead stopping it from swallowing the hook? There you go. Cuckoo wrasse. And if you take your time winding them in like I did there, they'll go back better. If you just wind them in really, really fast, they blow as they come up and they won't go back. Found another one. This one is a little Ballan Wrasse. And when I say there are no two the same, throughout today you will realise why. A little camouflaged one. He'll be perfectly camouflaged down in there in all the brown seaweeds. You do need to be careful when handling these, because every single one of these has got a spike in it. So there's two species. Well and truly beating the blank. That feels like a slightly better one. Oh. Another sex change cuckoo wrasse. Now, the blue and yellow head is a male, and the peachy colour with the 3 black dots on the tail is a female. Something going on with the wrasse around here, isn't there? I don't know if you can properly see those teeth there. Got some real gnashes on them, aren't they? For picking limpets and things off rocks. Oh, easy, easy. And go. Now, wrasse are a very important part of the marine ecosystem. They eat parasites. So all the other fish like pollock and the bass and all that, when they come on with like lice on, the wrasse eat them. So you're better off, if you can, letting them go. Quite slow growing as well. That's a slightly better one. They like using them spikes. There he is. And again, got some rare gnashes on him. There you go. Another Ballan. See the bite? Ballan Wrasse are territorial. So generally, if you can find yourself a peak, if you can find yourself a pinnacle of one big rock, there will be a resident Ballan Wrasse on it. Ah, being finicky today. Right, that is a female. Smaller, full pink peach colour, 3 black dots on its tail. Female Cuckoo wrasse. The fact that there are so many of them around here at the moment that are going through the change is indicative either of there being a lot of seal action in the area because there's a lot of them getting eaten. A lot of the males are getting eaten, or there has been a net here which has killed a lot of them. Just thread the worm up the hook like that. Carry on this drift for another 50 yards and I'm going to go and try and find a couple of pinnacles and see if we can't get a big Ballan Wrasse off them. I promise you this isn't the same one. Another little camouflaged Ballan Wrasse. There you go. And there is the male. Now this actually is quite a dark one. You do get some where the yellow is so vivid, it's incredible. But yeah. See what I mean now about the very distinctive colours? The yellow and the blue. That tail as well. There you are. This is a proper one. This is a proper cuckoo. Right. One after the other. There you go. It's probably been in the wars a little bit. He'll have been having a territory battle with somebody. There you go. That is a male Cuckoo wrasse. And they are stunning, aren't they? That worm back, there we go. I even got all my bait back as well. One last look. Back he goes. I have generally found that I catch more Cuckoo wrasse in deeper water. Catch more Ballan wrasse inshore, other than like on a wreck. I have I have had some monsters off wrecks, but I'm going to go and I'm going to run inshore and I'm going to find a couple of pinnacles of rock and see if we can't pull out some Ballan wrasse. Some of the really good ones. Just dropped into that. I haven't even had a chance to turn the engine on. The reason why this fought so hard is because it's a double shot. Oh, I've lost one. No, I've still got one. I'll bring them round. I had literally just said, hadn't I? I said I'll go and find a bigger piece of rock, a pinnacle, where there will be some Ballan wrasse. Right, 2 hook rig, 1 Ballan wrasse, 1 Cuckoo wrasse. First thing I'm going to do is I'll unhook and get rid of this Cuckoo wrasse. Look at that guy. Now that is a proper one. Just exactly like I said, I just found a pinnacle of rock because these guys are territorial. They will find an area like that, a feature, and they will take up residence on it. And it will always be the biggest guy will take hold. So a smaller one might find it, the bigger guy will come and kick him off, the bigger guy will come and kick him off until you get the biggest one there. Hooks are out. He has actually got quite a few lice on his head. I don't know if you can see that properly, but look at the colours under there. Just like a British grouper, isn't it? Perfect. Just as I said. Now I'll let him recover in there for a couple of minutes. He is like he is like 3.5 pound. Might even go a little bit heavier. That is why you need to watch for those spines. See that? 2 in my hand, 1 on my wrist. Keep these tough tubs on here so that fish, I can recover them like that while I'm messing about taking a photo or anything like that. You can keep the fish in water. So this guy here, he's recovered now. I tell he's recovered because he's all still rigid, all of his fins are right up, aren't they? Look. But the teeth that he's got in there as well, one of the reasons I was being careful, I don't know if you can see. Perfect for crunching fingers. Up. Yeah, he's ready to go back. So all I'll do now, them colours underneath are just stunning, aren't they? Like I say, no two the same. There he goes. Try for one more and then we'll go and see if we can't find some of the small ones. A really pretty one. On a bright day, on a bright sunny day, these are absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see the colours of his eye as well. Tag team. Just a lot of little cuckoos round here. Let's go and see if we can't find some of the smaller ones. Right, I've come to the area where I'm going to try and target the smaller ones. Using the exact same rig, just smaller. Just much smaller. 20 pound fluoro with size 8 hooks. Put a couple of beads on there as well, just to try it out. Also, because if I do pick up a bigger fish, I don't want them to swallow the hooks. And I'm using a 1 ounce lead. I can get away with using my lighter rod this time, so I've gone down to the 4 to 27 gram low rod. I do want to see the bites, and with that bigger rod you just wouldn't see it. Again, right in the rough stuff, right in the kelp and the rocks. This is where we're going to be targeting Goldsinney Wrasse, Corkwing Wrasse, Rock Cook Wrasse. All the minis. A little baby Ballan. I love scratching about like this because you never tell what it's going to be. We've got. Yes! Yes! This is another species. This is a Corkwing Wrasse. I don't know if you can properly see there the colours on it. Bright orange and blue and all them marks up on its face. But Corkwings, you can generally tell the difference between them is because they have a little spot on their tail, just on the wrist of the tail there. See the blue in its tail? That little spot there is a false eye. So it's to trick predators into thinking that's where its head is, so that they attack its tail, so it can escape. I'm going to see if I can get a proper photo of this guy to put it in here, because I'm not sure if the colour will do it justice. Mr. Corkwing in here to give you some type of example of his colouring. They are stunning, aren't they? Look at them. I wasn't sure if the main camera would do him justice. They are wonderful. And if you can see the colour, how blue the tail is. Right, we're just coming up to slack water now. As you can see, it's slackening right off. It's going to be lovely. This is going to be the time when we're going to catch them. Speaking of which, yeah, that was a Ballan. Said there was one down there. Relax, relax. There we go. Look at the spots in that tail. They're just lovely, aren't they? And like I said, no two the same. Taken on a little tiny hook, and look, the beads, just exactly as I said, have stopped it from swallowing the hook. Could easily swallow that hook, but them beads have saved it. Small. Yes. This little guy here, if you can see it. Oh, easy target. That is a Rock Cook Wrasse. Same again, look, he's got little spines all over his back. He's got some bright blue around his face. What I'm going to do is I'll use the other camera. I tell you what, it was a miracle I managed to catch him on that hook. His mouths are tiny. Put him in that tub. We'll see if we can't have a look at him with the other camera. But yeah. There you go. What's that? Species number 4. Ballan. Species number 4. Again, I'm not sure if the camera that I was using will do this guy justice. But can you see the blue there on his face? And he has got tinges of blue on his tail. But that is a Rock Cook Wrasse. There is another lovely looking Corkwing Wrasse. There's another Ballan Wrasse. Well, this one's slightly green, isn't it? Where has this come from? When a rain shower come through a second ago, there's rain over there, rain over there. And I'm sat in glorious sunshine. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Yeah. Things are getting serious. Down to like my last 4 ragworms. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That was interesting. But I known it'd been that, I'd have spent more time reeling it in. That's an interesting bycatch. That there, if you can see, is a tompot blenny. You can tell it's a tompot from other blennies because this one, it has little red eyebrows. Yeah, I'll see if I can get a proper video of him in this bucket down here. Let's take a closer look at this tompot blenny. If I can fish him out. See those little red eyebrows now? He's a lovely colour. Get a photo of him getting back. Still searching for that Goldsinney. Might even strip off down to my t-shirt for 10 minutes before the next rain shower comes over. I've scaled right down and I'm using like, I don't even know, they're probably size 14s. And I've just had a double shot of a rock cook and a little cuckoo, female cuckoo wrasse. Lovely little rock cook. Get him down there in that bucket of water. These little guys are stunning, aren't they? Back you go, little guy. I was getting like tiny pecking bites and I just thought, I know what it is, it's Goldsinneys and rock cooks and I just can't hook them because the hooks are too big. So I've scaled right down. Yeah, the baits that I'm using as well are like like a smudge. Where's the hooks? Size 14. So yeah, 2 O's for the Ballans, size 14 for these ones. One more. On a 14. I don't know if you can see the hook there in the corner of its mouth. On a micro hook. Back you go. Bunch of guys in that boat there. They could hear me going, yes! They were like, oh mate, you caught a really big fish. I was like, no, but it's an important one. Right. That is a Goldsinney Wrasse. Finally, got him. Little black dot on his tail, black dot in the dorsal. Goldsinney Wrasse. So I'll get him unhooked, get him in this bucket here, try and recover him, and I'll do a little bit of video closer up with a different camera so you can see. But that's it, that's every species of wrasse. Ballan Wrasse, Cuckoo Wrasse, Corkwing Wrasse, Rock Cook Wrasse, Goldsinney Wrasse. All 5. Known as the Wrasse Grand Slam. Here is Mr. Goldsinney. That is a Goldsinney Wrasse. Black dot on the tail, false eye, black dot on the dorsal. You took some finding. Them teeth. As you can see, the wind's picked up and we've got these dirty rain clouds on the horizon. Well, if you can see. So I did say it was going to rain. I mean, I couldn't believe when this sun come out. From half a pound of ragworm there, I've had it in excess, well in excess of probably 50 fish. The majority of them have been Ballans and Cuckoo Wrasse. I think I've had like half a dozen Corkwings, 3 or 4 rock cooks and 1 Goldsinney right at the end. I've literally got one little scabby dry ragworm left. I might just give that one to Poseidon just for the crack. But yeah, just kept it real simple and had a lot of fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed joining me. All the very best. See you later. Whoop, ow. Ow! I can go home now.